Too close? How close is too close? Huh? How close is too close? Whoa! Whoa! Anybody remember that movie? Whoa! Oh crap. The fun that people have when they start their first video or movie or show or whatever. Silly fun. Juvenile? Sure, it's juvenile. But we're all juvenile at one point in our life, right? So can we have fun? Can we not judge everybody, right? Just have fun, laugh with other people, especially if you're older and they're experiencing something for the first time, just enjoy it with them, right? Right? Yeah, kind of like your kids, you've gone down uh that road before, you did that as a kid or whatever it was, now your kids are doing it and you're enjoying it with them, right? So just see your um other people, everybody that's younger than you, next generation coming, and just enjoy their new experience. And don't judge them or make fun of them or say, oh, I've already done that. Just say, hey, isn't that fun? Yeah, that's great. So more of a kind of a parent mentality, right? And so that's one of the things about people where we are at very different places in our perspectives. We have lots of people that are single. They've never been parents. They've never been married. They've never gone through a lot of the stuff that older people have already been through. And so their perspective is very different. Just like a visual perspective, like this, right? People's ideological perspective, the way they see the world, the way they see themselves, the way they see others, very different from each other. And it's not because they believe any different necessarily. It's because of their environment and because of the point that they're at in time. It's a time and space thing. Space being the place that they are and the place where they grew up. That's their environment, right? That has to do with the location. So if you're born and raised in China or India or Russia or South America or New York, Dallas, Los Angeles, Little Rock, uh, tiny town USA, versus big city, all that matters, and that has to do with location, right? The space part. And then the time part depends on where you are in life, how old you are. Your perspective on life when you were a 1 year old versus 5 versus 7, 8, 9, 10. Every day you grew older. As a kid, you had a different perspective. You learned stuff every day. You grew wiser, more mature. You understood stuff better. And we just keep on learning, through our whole life. And so our perspective changes. And so we need to learn how to give grace to other people and realize and remember that we are all at different places in life. And no one, and that's the whole idea of uniqueness. And whoever created all this stuff, be it a great creator, past or present, whether it's God or not at all, uh, something had to make all this stuff. Okay. I don't think anybody can be honest and at the same time say that all this is just random and it just happened to show up. It's like, saying that uh, the Windows operating system just randomly showed up. That's ridiculous, right? Or an automobile, that was just random chance, right? Um, come on, we need to be honest with ourselves and know that, there's some really complicated, elegant stuff out here, life, and nature, just the way atmospheres and solar systems and galaxies all operate and allow matter and energy and life to exist. There has to be something to that, right? We don't have to go down the religious rabbit hole to believe that there either is or was some sort of creator. Okay. I think everyone, including all scientists and even agnostics, can agree that there either was or is even some sort of creator. Not that we know for sure. We haven't met him, so there's no tangible evidence, but there's a lot of evidence. Just look around, look at yourself, the complicated nature of your own mind, right? Who created that? Come on, that did not just come out of the dust in the ground. All right, something designed that. It's a design. It is a freaking design. Okay, life doesn't just decide to do stuff on its own. Okay, no, it doesn't. It does not. Don't let people lie to you. All right. So anyway, is this close enough? Do I need to talk closer? Because I can talk even closer. Is this close enough? How are you doing? Hey, hello in there. Hello. I can see you. Hey, you want to go for a walk? Do you remember that there's some commercials? Well, I don't remember how it goes, but I just remember some commercials from the 1980s where the guy was up and close. And, a couple movies too from certain actors, right, doing the whole up and close thing. But so I'm just trying to get an adjustment as to, how close is too close and how close is just right. So I'm thinking this. I need to be able to put my arms down, and then I can kind of center myself like this, so I can lean over and be comfortable and talk to you like you're standing right in front of me or sitting right in front of me, and you're about 8 inches away from my face, literally. So that's pretty close, right? But it's about the distance that close friends would be from each other if you're in a social group talking to each other privately, right? So kind of see it like that. Like you're actually talking to your friend, whoever they might be, and you're talking privately. But you're actually talking over the internet to perfect strangers. So make sure you remember that. And you have to edit your thoughts, your words accordingly, so that you know that everything you say needs to be okay for the public to hear. So no private information, nothing that people can use to harm you in some way, right? This especially goes for younger people. So anyway, I'm going to probably use this angle right here, and I'll have some content. Like, for example, I'll try it right now. Back up a little bit so I can see the screen. Go to my main page, and I don't know. AP News. The Baltimore collapse focused attention on vital bridges. Thousands are in poor shape. Blah, da, 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 da. So, that bridge, right? So this is the kind of stuff I'll be talking about, current events. So we have a bridge in Baltimore that just didn't have any kind of bumpers or barriers like the Skyway Bridge does in Tampa, because that bridge in Tampa had a very similar collision, and they had to rebuild the bridge, and they added a bunch of barriers to make sure that if a ship did that again, it would hit the barriers and would not destroy the bridge. And so between 1980 and 2020, well, that's 40 years right there, right? Plus 44 total years. Opportunity to put in some barriers, and they chose not to do it. And so that's why this happened, because they chose not to do barriers. It was intentional refusal to make bridges safe. And so, that would be the city of Baltimore. It would be the federal government that are responsible for ignoring that. And there are lots of other bridges right now in a similar condition, and the city and the federal government just ignores it. They don't care. They're pushing and trying to get money to go to Ukraine or whatever their pet project is for their own personal benefit, to get them elected and to get money in their pocket. And so unfortunately, as long as we have corporations pulling the strings and the public doesn't have any kind of say in the matter, and they, ignore our votes, and they're not clear about how the voting process works, and we have questions, and we have like close to zero trust and the whole election system, you know, how are we supposed to believe anybody uh, legitimately won any election? We need a voting process that's honest, right? And so that's how I go from talking about a bridge to talking about politics, right? Swings pretty quick. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop this. And I have, that's what I'm going to do. I'll just have content on here to get me started, and then I'll talk about the topic. And I'll try to stay on topic, and I might even do what other people do, where they read a few lines and then they'll talk about it. 42,400 U.S. bridges are in poor condition, yet they carry about 176 million each day. So what? So yeah, a lot of our words on here, they have lots of facts on here, but they really don't mean a lot, and they don't point to where the actual problem is. They don't point to whose responsibility it is. Like, who could have prevented this from happening, right? They don't point at people. They just start talking about numbers and statistics and past crap that doesn't really matter for anything. So it's pointless, used up space where you waste your time reading it. They waste their time writing it, and they're just doing it to keep their job. So anyway, I think I have this where I want it now. So I'm going to be able to, I noticed my other computer screen. Yeah, well, and that's Spotify. Spotify is fine. I just don't want other websites up that you pay attention to, that divert your attention. Spotify's up there, not a big deal, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this here. And the main idea is to be able to do this and upload it, or just it automatically feeds up to YouTube, and I don't have to have all this stuff on my computer. It takes up a bunch of space, and I don't need all this stuff on here. Okay, so that's it for now. And what do you think? Do I look terribly washed out? I think it's okay. We get used to it, right? I mean, white people, right? We're always somewhat washed out. You just have to get used to it. So yeah. Alrighty. If I figure out how to darken the page a little bit, I will do so. But right now, this is just the default setting, and I don't know how to fix that at this point. But I will look for ways to fix that, to make it a little bit darker, because it's just too light and washed out. All right, I'm going to hit end stream and then end.